I want to ask you about the operating environment that you're seeing in Switzerland, because we had UBS chairman taking the stage telling everybody that they didn't want to do the CS deal, that he was being advised by major investors not to go ahead with this. How is the operating environment in Switzerland?
Well, I would say that the operating environment in Switzerland by now is completely normal. As you know, in our business, wealth management, private banking, we are a pure play private bank. I would say that maybe we felt a week after the famous weekend in March that there was some, I would say, uncertainty, and then it was obvious that actually there was an issue with a specific institution. The authorities and UBS solved the issue very rapidly, and I think there were no consequences. So I think now we are back to business, and Switzerland remains one of the major hubs in terms of private banking and wealth management, like Hong Kong and Singapore are here in the region.
EFG recently opened an office in Tel Aviv, and of course, as we continue to track the developments there, I want to ask you about the strategy, or if there is a need for a change of strategy given the developments.
Well, usually when we take strategic steps like this one, we have a long-term view, and our view remains that the Middle East in general, Israel and the Middle East in general, have excellent growth opportunities. One of the regions that we have seen in recent years actually benefiting from what is going on, also post-pandemic, and is obviously there is a tragedy going on, but for the moment it's too early to say. Our strategy remains very committed to the region. It's one of the areas where we see wealth creation actually increasing overall.
What about what's happening in China? Deal making is down. We're hearing that the big banks are cutting jobs as there is just less activity in China deal making. What are you seeing in that space?
Well, our business is, we are not in China, we are not in onshore China, we are Hong Kong. We cover obviously Greater China, mainland China from Hong Kong and Singapore. And actually we see from our perspective the business remains good. For sure there are some short-term cyclical issues. I think during the summit they were highlighted, but if I look medium-term and long-term, I don't think you can ignore China, and I think that the wealth creation will continue. And according to some advisory companies, actually Asia is going to be the region that is going to grow the most in the next foreseeable future, and is going to have about 25% of all the ultra net individuals in the world. So for us remains a very key region.